Hello, my name is Devon House, and I'm a Pinterest creator who loves helping people who want to make more money by spending less time at their desk. Back in the day in early 2020, which seems like a very long time ago, I was in the habit of publishing a new podcast episode, Center of the Sun, every week, where we bridge modern science and ancient wisdom to find our human potential. Well, unfortunately, life happened, like COVID hit and my mother got sick and all of my plans went out of the window. And keeping up with the demands of recording and publishing a new episode every week became nearly impossible. I kept telling myself I would go back when everything was back to normal and when the dust settled, but nothing is back to normal and everything is still very much chaotic. And so I've decided to quit the excuses and just get back to it. Progress happens when you start throwing all of your excuses out of the window, just like my plans did during COVID-19. And I preach that advice to my little brother Daquan all of the time, but it's time for me to start taking my own advice. So I recorded a new webinar. It's called The 5 Mistakes Content Creators Make, and I am so excited to share it with you. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you are a expert digital marketer, this webinar is for you because I'm dishing it all out. When I first learned that COVID was happening and my world was upside down and my mother was sick, I couldn't help but think about how I was going to take away time from work. First of all, I love my day job, and when I create for Pinterest, I do that because that's passive. And I love creating things like video and audio for podcasts. What I realized during the pandemic was that part is not passive at all. And so figuring out how I was going to fit everything in and take time off of work was a project in and of itself. So moving forward, my goal was to create a 90-day leave of absence for myself where I could be unplugged if I needed to ever again in the future. So spoiler alert, I mostly succeeded, but there were a few things that didn't quite work out as planned. I want to share those things with you. If you've ever had a loved one that was ill, or if you've ever needed to take a leave of absence from work, this webinar is for you. Keep watching. There are 5 mistakes creators frequently make that keeps them from really profiting. Learning about these common mistakes will set you ahead of other new creators, but you won't just learn what to avoid. You will understand what actions to take instead. There's a 6th reason most creators are broke, too. They don't invest the time up front to take webinars like this one. Congratulations on setting yourself ahead of your fellow new creators. So make sure you grab yourself a drink, a notepad, a pen, and make yourself comfortable while I get us started. Number 1, chasing clout instead of creating credibility. There are 2 ways to chase brand deals incorrectly. Number 1 is chasing a brand deal when nobody knows you yet. Number 2 is continuing to chase brands after you've already landed a couple deals instead of focusing on turning the ones you've had already into ecstatic fans and successful examples of what your content creation skills brought to their table. First, people have to want to be engaged by you, and in fact, you want them to be lined up at your door. To achieve this, you need to create real credibility for yourself as well as for the potential brands that you want to work with. If you feel like a fraud, a brand won't have much confidence in you. In fact, you'll have trouble landing brand deals if you don't feel ready. Let's run our own internal checklist. To be ready to be a creator, you need first to understand clearly what content creation is and is not. A common misconception is that creators have this big audience in a specific niche that a brand wants to break into. That is just simply not true. While it certainly helps if a creator is brilliant in a particular discipline or topic, what a creator really needs to be brilliant in is content creation. Creators are those who make images and videos and audio for social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Brands pay those creators for access to their creative skills and close-knit audience. A brand will help creators make creative decisions for themselves. Brand deals boost your confidence and critical thinking. Brands help creators bring out skills and talents those creators didn't even know they had. If you didn't know this vital difference, then you're not ready to be a creator. You definitely need to take a basic content creation course with LinkedIn Learning or Envato. The future on YouTube has some awesome content as well. Another thing are credentials. Speaking of which, do you have any credentials, any licensing, any accreditation in your niche? Many experts will tell you that you don't need any sort of certification to be a creator, but if you are serious about building your reputation and credibility, you will need and want to make sure you at least adhere to some level of design or branding standards. This means taking at least a basic content creation course with a recognized body like a college or online school. This assures not only potential brands, but also your fellow creators that you know what you're talking about when it comes to content creation. You will earn their respect much quicker, and that will lead to credibility enhancing engagements like being invited to be a guest speaker at a webinar or guest blog or be on a joint venture with an already established creator or an expert. You can use resources at adobe.com, or you can check out the design school at the University of Cincinnati to kind of get a little bit of guidance on what accreditation or credibility looks like for you. Another thing you'll need is proof. You'll need proof that you are the perfect creator for your ideal brand. Once you thoroughly understand the content creation model and ideally have gained professional accreditation, your next step would ideally be to create a media kit. You should create a media kit using PowerPoint or Keynote. It doesn't have to be very fancy, but basically it's a media portfolio. You use your creative photography skills to display yourself in the best light. Yes, these are selfies and portraits and landscape portraits and flat lays. And then you want to describe your audience and what you can offer to a brand. Your media kit should include a brief history of who you are. It should include pictures of you and your work. It should include samples of your social media creative skills, whatever they are. If you know how to put stories together and you know how to put videos together, you should also be writing descriptions of your audience demographics and then using graphs and charts to make it easy for the reader. And then you should be writing descriptions of your audience analytics in graphics or charts as well. So when you create this media kit, this is your resume for brands, and you want to use a uniform branding outline. You know, you should have the colors and the fonts and everything together. You should have that preset, and you should adhere to your branding guidelines for your personal brand. And then what you want to do is take that information and all of your experiences and your stories and all of that kind of stuff, and you want to write a book. And if you go through mainstream publishing channels, this is not an effective strategy. Like, you have to play Russian roulette, like you have to shop your book and you have to query around to publishers. Plus, even if it does finally get accepted by a publisher, you cannot even count on, the long run. You can only count on at least a year or more, likely two, before you ever see it in print. So fortunately, nowadays it has become not only acceptable to publish for yourself digitally, but also it's almost expected at this point. So write a signature book and upload it to Amazon Kindle. Start simple. Your book can be on any topic that you like, as long as it directly demonstrates what you have to offer your ideal reader. And in fact, you could even write a book educating your perfect your ideal client or your ideal brand why they need a creator. It'll be called Why You Need a Creator, but you can be demonstrating to brands and to marketing professionals why they need a content creator on staff or on contract with their business. So your book should contain strong evidence of your content creation philosophy, your content creation and communication style. You know, it should have examples and anecdotes and stories that prove and illustrate what you are talking about, everything you are most passionate about, and it should be related to the reader's interests. You could also make that book a self-help workbook, giving potential brands or audience members who really can't afford your creative skills yet a basic do-it-yourself course so that they can make more sales or profit on social media and come back to you for more help. That's what you want. You want to give them a little bit of help so that they can come back for more. And we'll talk more about creating digital products in reason 3, but no matter what else you do, write that freaking book. It will become your branded identity on the net and give you powerful leverage for landing interviews, giving webinars, and much more. Another thing you need to be ready to be a content creator is social visibility. You don't need to make a social networking career out of this, but social visibility is definitely a plus. And as long as you make it make solid and consistent efforts, you should be okay. If you are a business creator, entrepreneur, creator, whatever it is, you will want a page and a profile on LinkedIn. And if you are a marketing creator, or if you've written a book, one or more Facebook pages is also a pretty good strategy. And you should be creating a Facebook page, especially for every book you write or every workbook you compose. Instagram continues to grow, and Instagram and Pinterest are must-have accounts for any creator looking for more visibility. Pinterest, I mean, I've had a ton of success on Pinterest. Just being consistent. Posting, you have to post about 20 times a day, but once you get in the habit of doing that and seeing the numbers go up, Pinterest, you know, is having the benefit of acting more of like a search engine than a social network. So once you kind of crack the code on that, it's really easy to be successful on Pinterest. But be sure you're using great search terms. You know, you can use Google for free and say, how do I, and see all the search terms that are suggested to you. Start writing about those terms for the best visibility. Instagram also is growing. They are growing more with video and with other forms of media, and they have really captured the imaginations and photos of more than 28% of the American public. With a demographic that strongly skewed towards college-educated women in higher income brackets, hello, Instagram is the perfect meeting place for creators, and brands are on there searching for them too. So there's one last ingredient to make sure you put your basic credibility into the mix. That is consistency. This means maintaining a professional demeanor and professional branding at all times in your online platforms, your websites, your email lists, your social profiles, your pages, all of your books, everything. You cannot be cussing people out on the internet. You can't be fighting on the internet. You can't troll people. You can't dox people. You gotta run your personality like it's a business. In particular, like if somebody is talking to you on the street, you probably should respond to them in some way. Otherwise, it's treated as rude. You should be taking the manners that you have in real life and putting them on the internet. And especially when somebody talks to you or engages with you, you need to respond and you need to follow up with them at all times. Now don't stress yourself out, of course, but if you promise to send an email on the 16th, make sure you send the freaking email on the 16th. If someone comments on your post, thank them in the same way that you would thank somebody in real life. If someone asks a question, answer it, honey, or say, I don't know. And if someone retweets your tweet, give them a thank you shout out. Be consistent to your visitors, be consistent to your subscribers and your social media fans, be consistent with your book readers and your peers and your contractors and your family and the brands that you work with. People from every contact area should know what you stand for, what you're all about, and that they can absolutely count on you to deliver what you promise. We've spent so much time on credibility because I feel like people just really aren't getting it. They think they can just pay for an audience or just like create shit, excuse my French, or create things that are not good for the greater public. And, you know, I've spent a lot of time on this and I've gone into detail because it's so important, but it's also vital to carry your great start right through your content creation career. Like you don't need to start off messy. Carry this great start through your career. If you start strong, you'll finish strong. So let's take a look at another mistake content creators make too many times, and one that leads to burnout if they take on too many brands, okay? And brand deals. So number 2, the second mistake that we're going to talk about today is only offering one-on-one content creation services and audience engagement services, you know, but anything else isn't cost effective. You know, you might say that it's not cost effective to scale up, but after all, it's well known that financial success is based in large part on charging more for less. So, you know, that's how you make I don't know if you understand that, but that's exactly how you make a profit. And any creator can tell you that one-on-one brand deals and content creation can be emotionally draining and incredibly demanding because of the level of audience engagement that needs to happen. Plus, you don't want to spread yourself too thin. If you're working with so many brands, you can't engage with all those people. Plus, many brands just are not ready for that, you know, intensive relationship, long-term relationship, or they don't have the cash or the time or the budget or whatever it is. Your content creation needs to be scalable. You need to start with a plan about scaling up, meaning you should be able to suit, you know, whatever you have to your brand's level of budget, you know, their level of expertise, their level of work that they require, their budget, their learning preferences in terms of how you communicate with them, the communication preferences, how they like, you know, the mode through which they like to be communicated, you know, how they like their presentations. Do they like presentations, or do they just want a PDF, a list of the changes or the recommendations that you have for them? You should be able to suit your brand deal's degree of interaction that is needed and the time constraints that they need. What are the campaigns that they're running? Like, you have to make sure you adapt your content creation methods to cover more than one model or delivery system, and as many as you need to be able to figure out how many you can fit comfortably, you know, within your time frame, within your workday, in order to not mess up any of these brand deals, because your credibility, what you said you would do, needs to be done. Otherwise, your credibility is shot. I don't know. And, you know, these things, these delivery systems and models could be, you know, they can cover special occasions, you know, annual special occasions, semi-annual special occasions, in-person retreats, workshops, events. You need to be able to deliver telephone and social audio content, Skype content, email list content, membership site content, you know, creating communities, premium communities, and being a community manager, and then also being able to create forum content like live streams and Twitch. So this leads me to my third point about mistake number 3, and not adding additional streams of income. One-on-one content creation with a brand deal limits your income in a unique way. No matter how high a fee you charge, you can only realistically collaborate with a small number of brands. Not only will adding additional streams of income increase your profits, it will also provide you with stimulating new experiences and opportunities to expand your niche influencer status. In addition to creating digital products such as ebooks through Kindle or special reports that you just download with the PDF, you can also try adding local events such as workshops and online courses and speaking engagements, group meetups or sessions, packages to enhance your personal brand, templates or forms that would help brands, paid subscriptions for a newsletter and paid online training modules that are self-serve, or writing some offline content for blogs or magazines. So offline magazine writing can be quite a lucrative market if you have a recognized status or credentials in the magazine's area of interest. Plus, you don't have to write the entire article until you have a firm commitment from an editor. You send in a query letter first. You don't even have to do offline. There is a website called Help a Reporter Out that gets you connected with these kind of reporters. And on top of that, a higher percentage of offline magazines are often used to paying healthy fees. So that's compared to online magazines, which usually expect you to write for the glory of it and for free. So as for becoming a professional speaker, this usually goes hand in glove with content creation. Create a speaker sheet of facts that interested parties can download and include it on your personal brand website. Have business cards made up with available for guest speaking engagements added right in bold on the front. Mistake number 4 is just not having a deep funnel. Many people create a sales funnel, but what they don't do is create a deep one. The premise of a deep sales funnel is simple. Start with your most inexpensive base product, end with your most exclusive high-end product. What this means is if you don't have 2-figure products or even 4 or even 5-figure products, your sales funnel cannot be considered deep. A perfect example of an inexpensive base product could be a $7 short report. Your most exclusive high-end product could be a week-long exclusive content creation retreat in an exotic location for the low price of $8,749.77. What most people seem to do, however, is create a plethora of products at the $27 to $47 level. And this is just wasting opportunity, as well as doing your personal brand a disservice. Remember, brands will be looking for ways to get more of your skills and talents, and if they are thrilled with your content creation. When you create a really deep funnel, it is also vital that you segment your list. When they purchase a product at each level, you move your customer to the next list segment, which is where they will receive notification of more products at that higher price level and higher. You also have to consider that people are not born rich. Well, most people are not born rich. As their businesses grow, so do their profits. Initially, they might only be able to afford a single strategy session with you, or your elite group, for content creation membership, or your 6 sessions for 6 months content creation package. But later, after they have put your suggestions into practice and increased their profits and profile, they'll be looking at you for a week-long exclusive content creation retreat. But here's the big secret you cannot forget. When deciding what to add to your sales funnel, high-end or low-end, the key to creating the right mix of products for your sales funnel lies in knowing your ideal purchaser, your follower, and your brand, and being able to anticipate what he or she is going to do or want next. Knowing your potential customer should come first. Focusing on this and pricing should naturally follow. Remember, content creation is typically short-term. People use your services to progress through this to the next level. So be sure you provide the next level yourself, or else become an affiliate of some other brand that they'll need in their journey. Mistake number 5 is not investing in yourself. The final mistake that leaves most creators broke is not investing in themselves. Show me a creator who doesn't collaborate with another creator, and you'll be introducing me to a creator who is not reaching his or her full potential. Think of content collabs, individual or clusters of collaborations as vital and necessary check-ins. Talk to a top-level creator and he or she will happily admit to partnerships, often more than one. For example, a beauty creator and a lifestyle creator and a health and fitness creator could band together and make a new show and get that show potentially sponsored. Before you go off and start collaborating with other creators or adding more creators to your self-growth agenda, consider this easy start. Set aside easy, small chunks of time for my brand new 4-module program, the 4-week, 6-figure content creation bootcamp. We covered a lot of ground today, and I really hope this helps you avoid the 5 most typical mistakes that even firmly established creators often make. But successful content creation is so much more than avoiding mistakes. That's just the first step. In the 4-week, 6-figure content creation bootcamp, we'll work our way through how to magnetically attract your perfect brands without chasing them down. The secret to creating and packaging your irresistible content creation offer. How to double your profits while spending less time at your desk. And how to get brands to love paying you over and over again. In Module 1, we'll learn about setting up your business to attract brands who want to spend money and get results. Branding your business for maximum credibility and communication. Setting up a brand attracting website. Using content to build brand relationships and attract new brands. Showing off your connections without showing off. And making sure you get up every morning passionately in love with your business and your brand deals. Then in Module 1, we'll end with creating the content creation business and media empire you want. In Module 2, we'll learn how to come up with ideas for unique, compelling products to enhance your content creation reputation and how to please brands. The one-on-one content creation model, the group content creation model, the elite content creation style, and what does that really mean and what should you include. Then we'll learn how to structure foolproof offers, adding value, and then lastly, mastering fast action bonuses. Module 3, we're going to be adding passive income to your bottom line. Then product selling while you sleep, affiliate marketing and how it can boost your business, creating more time and less stress. And then we'll learn how to write a book and other Kindle creations. Module 4, we'll learn how to naturally produce brand deals and find brands who are dying to pay you over and over again. In Module 4, we'll learn how to create exclusivity and how it can work in your sales funnel. Early renewal offers and how they can help retain brands and brand deals. We'll learn how to create VIP days and community building. How to make cancellation hurt more than retention. And building your network through brand deals and brand collaborations. And lastly, in Module 4, we will cover masterminding secrets. This 4-module bootcamp is a solid tool you can use to build your 6-figure successful content creation business and media empire. And what's more, you'll be able to tailor it to your needs, your values, your lifestyle, and your personality while creating a unique content creation business that will bring you maximum profit. So visit the URL on the screen. Please use the coupon code for a special discount. The deadline is soon, but if you sign up now, you will receive instructions and an incentive for signing up while you're online right now. So if you have any questions, please email me host@centersun21.com. And I will try to answer your question within a few business days. So I think it's important to end this webinar by saying that if you have any questions for me at the next webinar that I'm doing, the 4-module boot camp, you can submit questions for that as well. Having questions early helps me get ready and helps me fill dead spaces and gaps. So I encourage you to take immediate action. For your discount only lasts 24 hours. And yeah, I can't wait to see you there. So thank you again to coming to my webinar, The 5 Reasons Why Most Creators Are Broke. I hope this brought you a little bit of information. And if you have any questions or concerns, please email me. I would love to get in contact with you and stay in contact with you. And I hope you have a great day.